Thank you so much for coming in and spending some time with us as we talk about the Lift Academy software connection. As we move forward, we're going to be talking about the problem that we're faced as the Lift Academy. We're talking about some possible solutions, and lastly, we're going to talk about the conclusion. Now, as we start to talk about the problem, you're going to notice that this problem is specific to software and computers. Therefore, we can find a way to solve it using software and computers. But basically, the problem is the lack of connecting software provides for confusion and inefficiency among the students, the parents, and the staff. And that stems from RenWeb, FastMath, and WorldlyWise, the three main pieces of software that we use within the school are not connected to each other. There is no central place for us to go and look and gather all the information. If we want information from each one of these software packages, we have to launch that software package and look the information up. To further define the problem, attendance and daily assignments for both math and English are not tracked in real time. We actually have to wait until the end of the week to get a report. More of the problem, the lack of tracking, causes a lot of confusion among the staff, faculty, and teachers. Teachers are really super unsure about student attendance on a daily basis. For instance, if a student comes in and is there during first period but leaves during third period, the fourth period teacher may have seen the student in the school prior to his class or his or her class, but when they do not show up for the class, they have no idea whether the student is actually present or whether the student is dodging class someplace. So we need to have a better way to track that, and that's where we're going with this solution. Now let's start talking about some possible solutions here, and there's several that we can look at. I'm going to recommend one, but I want everyone to pay attention to all of the ones that we are talking about here. So let's start from looking at the software acquisition approach. There are four different areas that we're going to be talking about. First that we're going to be talking about is the prepackaged off-the-shelf software. This is very simple. It is software that is that we purchase from the store, and we bring it in and we implement it. The next, we're going to be talking about ERP software, which is enterprise level software, open source software, which is free, download it, we can use it. And the last approach that we're going to be talking about is the in-house development approach. So let's talk about software solutions that are unacceptable, at least unacceptable in your IT department's mind. The first one is the prepackaged off the shelf. It has a high cost, and the chances are that that particular piece of software that we purchase is not going to be the entire solution that we need. So we may end up having to purchase 3 or 4 pieces of software to get one piece of software that works the way we need it to work. The second unacceptable solution is the ERP solution. We are definitely not an enterprise-wide school, so we really need to think a little bit smaller at this point in time. At some point we will have a higher student population than we do now, but we also need to really worry about the high cost of the ERP, which makes it unacceptable. The third software solution that we deem unacceptable is the open source software. Does not have a cost, and it has a lot of code that we can use, but it is not a complete solution. So we may be picking and choosing from 3 or 4 different software pieces of code. We put those together and we write some connecting, and we may come up with some problems. So we deem that to be unacceptable, and kind of takes a lot of time to do that. Software solution that is acceptable is the in-house developed solution that is called ConnectX. Now this has a low cost, no cost solution. It is, you have total control over the development, and you have total control over the in-house maintenance. ConnectX, the dashboard, it will have a dashboard that will display the information that coordinates all 3 of the packages that I talked about earlier. You will also see daily updates for all math and English assignments, and you will see daily attendance updates. It will be, like I said before, in-house development and training, no cost development, and no reoccurring associated costs, which means that 2 years down the road, if we need to run an update because we're running a different operating system, we go in there and do that. There is not a cost associated with that, so that keeps the bottom line financially secure for Lift Academy. Now, how will ConnectX work? ConnectX will be a dashboard type system that will display the information of the different packages after you select those packages. It's not an automatic display. The software is going to want to know what you want to look at. It's to tailor what you see to what you need. Daily updates for all math and English assignments, and like I said before, daily attendance updates. And again, we have in-house development. Now, how will it flow? I know some of you are sitting back there wondering, how am I going to make this work, or how are we going to make this work? And it's very simple. You have all three of the connecting software packages. We are going to take data dumps. We're going to put it into the dashboard ConnectX program, and that will display to the users. Now, the interesting thing about this that we have already programmed in where there will be two separate reports created after each dump. One goes to administration, so all of the administration will be able to see all of the information that is available. And also there will be some management reports that are created for the IT department so they can make sure that the dashboard is running correctly and that there aren't any problems with the information that's being displayed. Now, here are some of the dashboard examples. We want to keep this kind of simple. We want to make the user the central part of this software and not trying to catch the donkey by the tail, so to speak. So we want to have them log in, and we want to have them use a login and password to access the information, and then they get to select which platform they want to look at. They get to select this down to the student if they need to. There will also be a dashboard display that will allow you as the administration to go in on a daily basis and update information. For instance, there is a picnic this Friday, or we have a potluck on Thursday. Make sure you bring something. You will have all kinds of screens that will display that kind of information for you. Now, as we move forward, we are going to need to implement, install, and train to this. So the coding will be done in-house. Everything that you're going to see and hear in this presentation with regards to ConnectX will occur within the organization. All of our software testing will be completed by the faculty and computer science students, and I will probably also grab some parents and have them also test, just to make sure that we've covered all the bases. The installation will occur only on school-owned machines, and that keeps our liability to a minimum, excuse me, as we move forward. All faculty and staff will be trained during normal training cycles. Now that we're looking at that as a twofold operation. The first part of that operation will be to present at the beginning of school. So all the new teachers and all the teachers are trained to a level, a user level, and they will be able to go in and use the software. We will also have online training, and we will also have a refresher type training during the second semester, because software that is not trained is software that is not used. We want to make sure that this is used, because this will make all of our lives a lot easier. As we move forward, it's time to talk a little bit about the conclusion. I've outlined what ConnectX is. I really want to hit on the project costs because that is a very important part of our business model right now, is keeping costs to a minimum. On all project costs, including development, testing, implementation, and training, will no out-of-pocket expenses to the LIFT Academy. ConnectX will resolve program tracking issues. ConnectX will provide consistency in training students' attendance. And ConnectX will provide up-to-date information to faculty and staff. ConnectX will not add to existing financial issues due to being a no-cost solution. We would like for you to make a decision and approve the ConnectX software program. We think it's going to solve a lot of the problems that we're facing today with planning and with information dissemination. Thank you very much. And do we have any questions? No questions. Thank you for attending. Have a great day.